So, following its launch this week, I've been playing a lot of Shadowverse Worlds Beyond, which is a fantastic free-to-play card game in the same vein as Hearthstone, Magic the Gathering Arena, or of course, the original game of which this is a sequel to, Shadowverse. Now, I've played thousands of hours of the original Shadowverse, and I'm having an immense amount of fun with the sequel. In fact, I'd probably argue it's the best digital card game on the market at the moment. Or at least, in my opinion it is, given that Hearthstone has far too much RNG. Arena just has a pretty shoddy client, to be honest. It doesn't feel very up-to-date or modern. And I don't have a fucking clue what's going on when I play Yu-Gi-Oh! After a particularly less than enjoyable encounter while playing today, I came away feeling a little bit sore, and of course I thought I'd take this opportunity to cry about it on the internet. For you see, whilst politely chipping away at the ranks ladder with my Swordcraft deck, I encountered this Aggro sword player, and what I believe to be the most repulsive early curve the game has to offer. Within but a handful of turns, I was absolutely slapped. I was demolished. I was beat down in a relentless fashion, in a way that there was literally, in my opinion at least, no coming back from. For you see, sometimes in games like this, when the other player has a perfect start, or draws the nuts, as some would say, there's just little to nothing you can do to salvage a comeback. And, you know, I feel like I had a pretty good starting hand here. I had 2 minions with a 1-3 stat line that would trade well into his 1-1s. It was a start. It was a pretty good start. But, alas, it wasn't enough, as I still got backhanded all over the shop. And, you know, I thought I played pretty well. Like, there's a couple of misplays here and there, but they weren't major. I don't think they'd affect the overall outcome of the game. But I feel like I countered everything they played as well as I could, and yet still, they just made a disgrace of me. I've dishonored my guild, my clan, my family, and my friends. And you see, what makes it worse is Swordcraft isn't even the strongest deck in the meta at the moment. Those spots likely belong to Portalcraft and Forest. We all hate Portalcraft. If you play Portalcraft, I hate you. Let it be known. Not as much as this particular sword player though. But despite that being the case, I would still argue that Swordcraft are the single most oppressive class if they have a strong start. If they get that 1, 2, 3, 4 player point curve out perfectly. And that's evident by me desperately trying to slow the absolute battering I'm receiving by any means possible, only for the bastard to immediately flood the board with a shitload of buff followers at every single opportunity, and just continue to abuse me left, right, centre. Yeah, as you can see, I even managed to get 2 copies of Bale here, reduced all the way down from 8 mana to 1 and 2, and each of these deal 4 damage to a minion of choice. So I'm thinking, great, I've got this removal, I can play them for cheap, it's putting big bodies on the board. I can't clear his entire board, I don't have the ability to clear all 4 units, but surely getting all of that stuff on the board and clearing 3 out of 4 of the units on the board should make a difference. I thought that's a great swing, we're back in it now. I might be a little bit low on life, but you know, we've got this. We're going to have a comeback, it's going to be beautiful. People are going to be speaking about this for years to come, and then it goes to his turn and he plays fucking Olivia. You know, he's not even running long cards. The dude's got a full hand of cards here, so I can't even, I'm not even waiting for him to run out of cards. He's on full HP. He bangs me for another 5 and then chip damage from the Super Evolve. I'm on 4 health. At this point, I just have to come to terms with the fact that I was not winning this match. I did have 8 damage on the board. I didn't have the ability to roach him for 12 though, unfortunately. I did consider it. It wasn't feasible. And yeah, at this point, I'm just thinking, if he has Albert in his hand, then I'm toast. Because he's still got another Super Evolve left. I mean, Christ, it's only turned 6 or 7. And, you know, it's just depressing. I even got Olivia out, you know, not Olivia, whatever the fairy generating one's called. I don't even know the name of my own cards, that's how upset I am. Anyhow, so I managed to clear his board again. Feels really bad hitting a 1-2 with a 4-4, but you know, I needed to stop every single trace of damage I could. But I just knew, it was just inevitable. I just knew in my mind that he had Albert in his hand. And of course he does. He finishes off with Albert to the face, and I hate him. I despise this person. Whoever you are, let it be known. You're a disgrace. Please stop playing Swordcraft for the good of everyone. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Hopefully I'll be able to bottle this frustration and take it out on the next Swordcraft player I play, but let's be real, I'll just get dicked again probably. So, there we go. Hope you enjoyed watching. Hope you enjoyed my misery. I'll probably be back again with more Shadowverse content. Good night. God bless.